So that's what I'm trying to get at. Is that the point? Is that the point of what you're saying? You just want to help them
This
figure out how
podcast reveals a lot of things about female nature. Lack of critical thinking skills, being emotionally erratic, not necessarily being as logical.
That's great, by the way. Hey, listen, guys, I don't hate women or anything. I just preach to an army of millions of angry men that women, they lack critical thinking skills, that's part of female nature to lack critical thinking skills. But I don't hate women. Motherfucker, you don't have to hate women, okay? You can love women for all I care. But when you spread garbage like that, you're leading to more negativity towards women. So Fresh and Fit, also known as Stale and Fat, are back again. I took a little break from watching their content, and my life has been strangely peaceful since doing such. It was really, really weird. I just felt like this consistent inner peace, and then suddenly it dawned on me that Fresh and Fit still exist, and then voila, that peace was gone. Peace of mind gone, good feeling gone, you know. You know the drill. So this is called Myron Cooked on why men need to enforce these standards. So there's nothing like tuning in one day to hear about how us men need to bring out the big guns and start cracking down on the women. We need to start holding them accountable, guys. We need to enforce these standards. What are they? We don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, guys, here's the thing, bro. I've been saying it before, and I'll say it again. Men are waking up, and we're the alarm clock. I've been telling you guys this shit for a very, very long time. I'm tired of you guys.
Men are waking up, and we're the alarm clock. Wow. What an alpha Chad way of speaking. Whew.
Being in relationships with unappreciative, bitchy, crass, that quite frankly don't deserve you. If you're all 9,000 plus you motherfuckers,
they always set up some adversarial view between men versus women when this advice does not need to be gendered in the slightest. Like, if you have a partner that's rude and bitchy, controlling and crass towards you all the time, then you probably have a bad partner. What do you know? Mind blown. Wow. But he presents it as if it's like this big truth bomb. Hey, boys, did you know that if your girlfriend is being mean to you, then you can not be her boyfriend anymore? Whoa. He's going jihadi on my brain because I'm mind blown. Whoa.
Right now that are listening, if you're in a relationship with a girl that doesn't you, doesn't suck you, doesn't cook for you, doesn't clean for you, doesn't provide any value to the relationship, I need you to look hard at the mirror and realize that you are fucking up in life, okay? Because let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. If a woman is dealing with you, I know for a fact you bring some type of value to some degree. Maybe you emotionally stimulate her, maybe you have financial security, maybe you're tall, maybe you're attractive, maybe you're in good shape, etc. Maybe you have a strong masculine presence. I know you bring value, but here's the thing. If you're with a woman, I don't know if she brings you value, because guys will sit there and accept mediocrity for women all the time. So I'm here to tell you guys, you need to have a critical thinking moment.
Just don't accept. Well, it depends what you mean by mediocrity. But I guess are these the standards that men need to start enforcing now? Your girl should be cooking, cleaning, fucking, and sucking at all times, basically. Dude, I tell you, man, Fresh and Fit and the viewers that watch them are going to benefit the most from sex robots.
Right now, is your girl being feminine, submissive, friendly, not embarrassing you, cooking for you, being a good, dutiful woman, exercising fidelity, not giving you a headache, not making you lose hair follicles like I do on After Hours? Is she doing all these things? If the answer is no to any of them, you need to seriously reevaluate what the fuck you're...
What if she has a job also? We're talking about girlfriend here. We're not talking about like you're in a marriage and she's staying at home with the kids now and you're the full-time breadwinner. You're talking about dating. So why would you just expect her to be cooking and cleaning like this? Maybe she has a job also? Maybe she has stuff she's busy doing also? They just want like the literal MILF. They literally want a mom that they can fuck. That's like, they actually want like the ultimate MILF.
you're doing in life and be ready to kick that to the curb and find one that will.
And you better be her first choice, because if you're not, then all of that goes out the window. So if she's hitting you, if she's treating you like shit, if she's like disrespecting you in public, it's an L. Time to leave, my friend.
Yeah, of course. If you have a partner that's hitting you, physically abusing you, embarrassing you in public, being mean to you all the time, that's just a red flag. This isn't like women are allowed to do these things, as we all know.
Because it ain't getting no better. It's only going to be worse.
Facts.
So,
and honestly, if you are in a shitty relationship like that, kick her ass to the curb and let her come back, because I promise you she's going to come back correct.
to academics. Should do that from day one.
Yeah.
I told him, bro.
Sometimes, bro, I'm telling y'all, man, sometimes breaking up with a girl is the most humbling thing that she will experience in her life. I'm trying to, guys, if you're taking an average, right, like a 5 or a 6, she probably has never been broken up with in her life. She's probably been rejected only a few times. You know how powerful it is for you to walk up to her and be like, listen, I don't think you're measuring up for girlfriend status with me anymore. I'm ending the relationship. I wish you the best. And you walk away,
Ooh.
nigga. You know what's gonna happen?
Ooh.
She's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Women can't take.
See, the goal should not be like, haha, let's make the women crazy because it's all boys versus girls around here for some reason. It should be like, hey, here's somebody that treated you badly and they need to know that they treated you badly. You need to be able to communicate that to them and then explain to them the reason why you're ending the relationship. Like, don't get me wrong. You should end a relationship with somebody that's abusing you and embarrassing you in public and mistreating you all the time. Duh. Of course, you should end a relationship with somebody like that. But the goal in ending that relationship should not be, you're going to make her go so crazy, bro. Yeah. No, it should be like, you treated me badly, so I'm going to be honest with you and tell you the reason why. Or if you genuinely care about this person still, then maybe you can tell them that so that they can try and become a better person. It doesn't have to be this like, let's make the girls go crazy. It's so juvenile.
Take L's. I'm telling you guys, they cannot take L's. Any video you see on World Star, a chick, keying up a car, lighting a nigga's house up on fire, attacking him or whatever, 9 out of 10 times that was her after an L. They can't take it. They're not used to it. Women rarely get rejected. And if she's a bad bitch, she might have never been rejected in her life.
I mean, he's not entirely incorrect here as far as women on average are not as familiar with rejection as men are. That's definitely true. Just because the way the dating scene kind of works right now, women are primarily the ones being pursued. So it's true that women do not experience rejection and they might not handle rejection as well as men do either. But again, that can be true. And then your conclusion does not need to be that like women are all allowed to get away with this kind of stuff. It's us versus the women, man.
All right. So you need to seriously look at yourself in the fucking mirror and have an honest conversation with yourself. Is your girlfriend doing the best that she can do to keep you? If the answer is no, you need to kick her to the curb, because I promise you, if you weren't the best that she could get, she would leave you in an instant and she wouldn't think twice about it.
100%.
So he did go on Tim Pool, it looks like. Myron explained why modern women dismiss good men.
Poor. And here's the other thing too. One of the biggest complaints that we get from guys that are in the dating marketplace is the flake rate. Women plan a date with them. Oh, I'll come out with you, blah, blah, blah. And then she doesn't show up or she doesn't respond to text or whatever. Anytime a girl flakes on a guy, what it simply means is something better came along. And thanks to the internet, thanks to Instagram, thanks to dating apps, etc., which dating apps heavily favor women, by the way. Guys absolutely fail dating apps. Only about 5% of guys even get swiped right in the first place. Women have more abundance than ever before, and they have more options than ever before. And I don't think guys understand. We've interviewed 2,500 women now at this point on our show from different socioeconomic statuses, different professions, different backgrounds.
Anytime you try to go into your own data and your anecdotes and you try to justify it by being like, we've had all these different people, it's like, okay, dude, that's great. You still have a selection bias, and that's not going to change.
Different everything,
countries
right? Different
too.
classes, different countries, countries, social structures, religion, everything. We've literally interviewed women at all different levels on our podcast. Wow. And what I've come to realize is
they've talked to every woman ever.
Abundance of options that modern day women have is absolutely influenced how they view the opposite gender. Most women, unfortunately, do not respect most men. Most women think most men are below them. They would not date most.
Do you think that there's a good amount of men that don't really respect women? And when they do, it's usually this like phony, sleazy kind of respect that has ulterior motives to try and fuck that girl? Like, do you think that this could go both ways? Do you think that maybe this is just a general problem within the dating scene? That these can be flaws that exist on both ends of the gender spectrum? I mean, my God, dude, you always bring up some like kind of obvious shit. Don't let somebody disrespect you. Don't let somebody hit you in a relationship. Stuff that's like very basic, but yet you then just gender it for no reason.
Most men, they think most men are invisible, and they think most men are inferior to them when it comes to, I want a top tier guy. Because when I ask girls,
also, if girls have more options, if anything, that should be motivation for the guy to then just work on himself to become a better person and become a better option, I guess. Like, what? Like I don't understand how that's really a complaint. It's an explanation, and it's a fine one, and he's right that there are more options now. That's not really a problem. That just means that you need to be a better option now.
You want in a man, and we actually asked them, they always describe a guy in the top 2 to 3%.
I would say that's maybe it's too bold.
Yes, so what? People can describe the type of partners they want, but who they are actually with sometimes is different. This is why if you interview the average man, most men are comfortable sleeping with women that are a lot younger than they are. Like 50-year-old men would be okay sleeping with like a 27-year-old girl, for example. So you could get up here and be like, men just want these young girls. That's just what they want. And that's that. There's a bit of truth to that. But then when you look at who do these men actually sleep with, despite them saying, I'd be willing to sleep with somebody this age, or I would like to sleep with somebody who's younger to this degree, they tend to sleep with people that are their own age or within their similar age range. So what people say they want is not always reflected in the things they choose. So he's only giving half of the data there. And it's I don't know if it's intentional or not, but either way, it's not giving the full truth.
To say statistically proven, but I would say we have seen tons of data showing exactly what you said is most likely to be the case. I think it was Tinder or OkCupid's data showing that the average man has a natural bell curve for female attraction and value. And the average female has a super warped curve that they only look at men. They would rate 8. Men that are on average rated 8 to 10 are deemed average. And for men, the bell curve is normal. Like,
I love when they bring this study up. The red pillars bring this one up all the fucking time, and they think that it's the biggest own. All that study found was that women tend to have higher standards when it comes to how they rate the attractiveness of men, because women don't tend to look at outward appearance to the same extent that men do. So what they found was that even though women were much less likely to give generous ratings to the appearance of some of these people, they actually messaged the guys that they rated average more and at higher rates than they messaged the guys that they deemed more attractive. So again, they're only giving you half of the information. Just if women were really strict with the type of men that they would consider to be really, really attractive, was not reflected in the type of men that they would actually pursue and message on that dating app. Because women don't care about looks that much. So even if they say, man, yeah, he's just like kind of cute, I guess, that might be good enough for them to message him anyway.
The average woman is average.
Yeah.
The ugly woman is ugly. The beautiful woman is beautiful. For women, almost all guys, 80% of men, they deem unworthy or unattractive.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this.
See his phrasing there? Unworthy? That's not what they said. They said not really that attractive, but they still messaged those guys. That is directly contradictory to the claim that they viewed those men as unworthy.
Solution to this then is to say, engage in it. Perhaps the solution is get away from these, areas full of debauchery, go out to smaller areas and find something more wholesome. If cities have embraced this culture to this degree, then perhaps the solution is to recognize that and get away from it.
You can.
I got to go somewhere where the women have fewer options, guys. Man, yeah, that's the alpha move right there, dude. Damn, all these city chicks have so many options. I guess I'm going to just have to go somewhere where there's like way less options, you know?
But that does not necessarily save you, because that woman is still going to be open to the globalized sexual marketplace. She still might go to college in an area where she might still go to university where being promiscuous and everything is encouraged. At University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, someone sent me a picture of this. They're literally giving girls honey packs and condoms.
What's wrong with handing out condoms? Yeah, that's how you engage in safe sex. So if you're going to be promiscuous, wearing a condom makes it a lot safer. What's wrong with handing out condoms to college chicks? What? Salty Ho tried attacking Myron, but she couldn't win.
But are you upset about it,
I
or
think
like what is the
so.
what's
I love it here.
I guess what I want to know, Myron, from you is like, what's the end goal for you with this, with the podcast, like with the show? That's I guess that when I think about this show, sometimes I'm like, okay, but what is he telling? Is he upset? Are they mad? What is it?
Do we look mad?
Honestly, not you. You sometimes. You look a little upset.
Myron,
Like a little like uptight about it.
Myron,
Like,
who hurt you,
"Oh."
Myron?
No,
Myron,
like,
who hurt you,
like you
Myron?
didn't get in.
So instantly she's going into this the wrong way. Like immediately she's embracing this with this super vague and open-ended sort of like, you seem uptight. That gives him so many avenues to be like, yeah, I am uptight. There's a lot of things that are wrong right now with how women are treating men. So of course I'm going to be a little bit heated and uptight about that. Like you basically just give him an instant rhetorical advantage over you by making such an open-ended and vague sort of criticism. Not to mention just like, you seem mad, bruh, is a really shitty argument also.
Invited enough in high school to stuff.
Oh shit, Myron, who hurt you?
That's all.
Okay. Let's use your logic for a second.
I'm not trying. I'm just saying.
No, it's
honestly,
fine.
I just want to know the end. Like, what is the point? What is your point?
Okay.
Girls live on easy mode. Okay. What is the point?
Okay. Well, first, let me use your logic.
Mhm.
In 9/11, right? We know that the Saudi
Let me
Arabia.
use your logic. So 9/11, I'm sorry, it just was sounded so like abrupt.
First, let me use your logic.
Mhm.
In 9/11, right? We know that the Saudi Arabians, the U.S. government, neocons, and Al Qaeda were involved in 9/11, and we did a whole series exposing it.
Uh-huh.
And we said some uncomfortable truths about all these components that were involved.
Mhm.
Do I hate these components?
The what they were putting out?
No. Do I hate the people that were involved in 9/11?
Do you hate?
You probably should. Wait, are you saying that like the terrorist groups involved in 9/11 are comparable to you being mad about women or something? Wait, what? Where is he going with this? Also, I like how he brought up how they apparently exposed that like Bush and a bunch of people are involved in 9/11. That's also really cute.
Hate the people
by
that
stating that they were involved and showing evidence that they were involved. Do I hate them? The U.S. government.
I don't know how you feel about them. I guess not. No.
But I went through a whole series exposing it.
Uh-huh.
So if I acknowledge that they were involved in some type of activity that might have not been favorable or not that great, does that mean that I hate them?
I mean, I don't know. Do you?
No, I don't.
I don't. Okay, so that's your answer.
So if I get on a podcast and I talk about the negatives of female nature and how men need to prepare themselves and not be
He's
citizens,
actually comparing women to 9/11. What? Also, did she say anything about him hating people? Maybe I missed that, but whatever. Regardless, you don't have to hate women for you to continue to inspire distaste, at the very least, towards women amongst your audience. So you in your heart can be pure of heart, okay? You can be a woman lover. Regardless of how you feel, the type of attitude that you are inspiring amongst men is one that is misogynist. So even if they don't hate women, the ways they are going to act are ways that are negative on average towards women. So you don't have to hate anybody. Genuinely. You don't even have to dislike women for you to be spreading kinds of general dislike for women. That's what they don't understand. Also, so you know how America caused 9/11? Yeah, I don't hate that and everything. And that's kind of a lot like the horrors,
and adapt to the new normal. Does that mean I hate women?
Okay.
Well,
I don't
she
know if
doesn't
you.
know. She's asking.
That's
You
why
should hate the people involved in doing 9/11. What? Then you say female nature. By that logic, you're talking about something that is just natural, that has come natural to women. 9/11, according to you, was this insider coordinated thing. One is like a nature compared to a conspiracy, a bunch of moving parts. You should hate people involved in a conspiracy that killed thousands of people. Like this is the most bizarre fucking thing I've ever heard. You know how like in 9/11, right? Like the airplanes like crashed right into the Twin Towers? Well, I just kind of want to fly my penis right in between your legs, you know? Yeah.
I'm asking you,
speak
it's how
on
you
it.
speak.
It's the way you speak
Okay,
on
I'll
it.
give you an example. You claim that I'm angry.
I never said that.
You did say that. You said
When
you're
did I say
angry.
that?
You said
When?
roll it back if you want to. He said it. You pointed
Oh,
at
no,
me.
no.
You
I
said
said you're
you're
triggered
angry.
because you're getting embarrassed with the facts. That's what I meant. Yeah.
You can't embarrass me for one.
You've done that yourself. I can't do it.
Yeah,
You're right.
Okay, you're right. Okay, whatever you want to say. But
Yeah.
anyways, you
Good one.
said you pointed at me. You said you're angry, and I'm not angry. I'm actually having a really good time. I'm actually having a great.
Having a blast,
I got a
blast.
drink. I got a mic in front of me. We're discussing something interesting. Like I'm not angry, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look at your face. You're squinting. You're triggered. You get mad. You show
Yeah.
your cards with your facial expressions every single time. Every single time.
I'm not triggered. It's just very difficult having conversation with people that have lower IQ.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Cool. Oh,
Because-
but how did you get there?
I'm just being
How did
honest.
you get
Oh,
there?
you got me, Myron. You're so smart.
I mean, that's something a girl with a lower IQ would say.
Yeah, I
right,
mean,
right. You're
I've-
right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're
I've
so
made
right.
I've made statements of fact
Uh-huh.
on multiple occasions.
So I don't know what the full context is since this is only a clip that they put on their second channel, but it seems that they're very hostile towards this girl for some reason. So I don't know if they've had a bunch of disagreements prior or something.
To use logical, use logic, right? 1, 2, 3. So what follows? 4. And it's like, no, 9 follows. And I'm like, oh God, okay, well, this is frustrating. Just
You're
because
emotional.
okay.
They're just both just saying weird, random, dumb shit towards each other. This is like a petty high schooler disagreement right now.
Nice try. I think I'm actually containing myself very well emotionally, despite the fact that I'm talking.
They're both giving into it so much. He's like, I think you're really triggered, you know? And she's like, I'm not. Let me reiterate that I'm not upset. Have I mentioned, by the way, that being upset is something that I'm actually not right now? Seriously. These tears in my eyes are allergies, actually. Does somebody have a cat around here? And now he's over here. He's like, I'm not mad. Listen, I've been containing myself, I think, very well right now. I'm very calm. I'm not mad at all. It's like, guys, just move on.
People that just don't understand common logic and common sense and factual statements when it comes to biology and intersexual dynamics between the genders.
Mhm.
And just because I acknowledge these things, right, point them out, help the guys understand this stuff, doesn't mean I hate women.
Okay.
Because if I hated y'all, I wouldn't have y'all on the show. I wouldn't be dating girls. I wouldn't be with them. I'd just be like, oh, fuck this shit. I don't
If
want
I hated women, I would be gay. Oh my God, dude. How can I hate women if I'm straight, man?
to be around them.
I mean, we are the
That's
show.
how-
That's why you always invite women. You have a whole thing on women. Like, yeah, you profit from
You know, we
women.
did multiple shows, right? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I know you guys
And it's
do
not-
multiple
it's
shows,
not-
but what I'm saying is that if there was no benefit to having women on your show, you wouldn't look at how many people come and pay to just say stuff. Like, yeah,
Okay,
you
we-
profit
you
from
know,
it.
we
It's,
did have
and
more
it's fine. It's okay.
Multiple shows doing the same stuff. Yeah, and then
Okay.
more
But-
money
but-
with girls. Yeah.
But even if you date women, you talk about women, da da da. That doesn't mean that you don't not like them per se. And she's asking you, do you like women?
It was a question.
I mean,
This is the worst type of argumentation, by the way. Never get in an argument with somebody about what they feel inside. That is a losing battle. Because even if everything they do demonstrates that they hate women, they can just keep saying, no, I don't. Nuh-uh, no, I don't. And there's no way that you can really prove them wrong. Because you can't ever prove what someone feels and what they don't feel. That's why the better argument there is not to argue with him about whether or not he hates women. It's to argue about the practical effects of his rhetoric. So he doesn't have to hate women, but the rhetoric that he spews leads to more hatred towards women. That's the argument there. That's the correct argument.
That
but
doesn't
he's
mean-
never really
that doesn't mean you
answering.
like
He's
them.
just, you're going around it saying we're on a podcast, da 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 da.
Chris.
Look,
Wow.
I'm just stating facts.
Fresh
that
Mom
might
on
be
Fresh?
unfavorable.
Are you
to
upset
females.
that you have to go out and hustle? Is that what it is? And women can live it easy.
They're just
Or are you
like
okay with
teasing.
that?
They're just teasing him now. And he's
So
You've
I
had
hate women
accepted
because
that.
I'm saying that
I
women
didn't
live
say
life
that
on easy
I
mode.
didn't say you hate. Now I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you, do you like that you can go out and you hustle? That's what men are supposed to do. Men are supposed to provide. Are you okay with being a provider?
it doesn't matter what I'm okay with.
Are you okay with being
I
a
do what I'm
provider?
supposed. Here's the difference between men and women, right?
Oh Lord.
As a man, you have to perform regardless of how you feel.
How does that make you feel that you have to perform every day?
It doesn't matter. How
Why
I
doesn't
feel.
it matter?
That's one of the key differences between men and women.
Coming from
My
what she was
feelings.
saying.
I'd imagine you think words are violence. No, I don't think words are violence at all. Do you want to talk, my friend?
Don't dictate my actions. Regardless of how I feel, I do what needs to be required. What needs to be done. That's what it is.
Okay. You said last time when I pointed out
Yeah.
the fact that you're a little emotional.
Sure.
You stated last
Emotional.
time.
Very.
You stated last time that the reason why he's
It's
emotional
just so passive aggressive in here, man. Whew. Whew.
about this topic is because there's a lot of simps out there that need help, and he's passionate about helping them.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So that's what I'm trying to get at. Is that the point? Is that the point of what you're saying? You just want to help them
This
figure out how to...
podcast reveals a lot of things about female nature.
Mhm.
Lack of critical thinking skills, being emotionally erratic, not necessarily being as logical.
That's great, by the way. Hey, listen, guys, I don't hate women or anything. I just preach to an army of millions of angry men that women, they lack critical thinking skills, that's part of female nature to lack critical thinking skills. But I don't hate women. Motherfucker, you don't have to hate women, okay? You can love women for all I care. But when you spread garbage like that, you're leading to more negativity towards women.
Logically sound. And I mean, we're about an hour in. We've proven a lot of that just off of, this short conversation. Like a lot of you guys have shown things that we talk about a lot when it comes to male and female communication. Women prioritize the way things are said versus what is said. You guys are sitting here saying, you're being emotional, angry. No, I'm just very matter of fact and very direct.
Yeah, you're very matter of fact.
Yeah, and that's what women are not used to because women don't speak in matter of fact and direct and concise terms. They speak on how they feel. They're more concerned with how things are said. Well, I'm not talking about how I feel. I'm talking about
It's so funny because you know what? When raising kids, for example, it's really important the tone in which you say things. How you say things is really important. Not just for women, for men also. So the fact that women might be more sensitive on average to how you say things is not even necessarily a bad thing because you should be aware of the tone in which you're saying things. And that's critical when it comes to raising children later on in your life as well.
it's real. And most women are not used to men speaking to them in a very direct and matter-of-fact way. That's how it is. Because when most guys talk to you, they're trying to fuck. So they have to go ahead and speak with imagination. But I'm not doing that. I'm telling y'all, you have low IQ. Or I'm telling you, you have no logically sound arguments. Or that's dumb. Or you're triggered over me using the term slavery when I made a very sound argument on what it was.
You could have used a different word, though. Sorry, but go ahead. Just there's so many other words you use to compare, but you use slavery.
You want me to say indentured servitude?
But you went back to it. But you went back to it.
Hold on. Because it proves my point that you made. You didn't even know what the argument was, and you said,
You could have used a different word.
like you not like literally. See, if I had a conversation with a man, he would never say some stupid shit like that. He would be like, "Wait, what was that? Can you repeat that?" Okay, cool. All right, that makes sense. I might not like the phrasing, but I understand what you're saying. He's not, what, you want me to say indentured servitude? That's low IQ. That's stupid. Like slavery, indentured servitude, same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Oh, you want me to get us?
I'm really lost now.
Jake, you guys talk with emotion. And for the most part, he's responding to you, not because he hates you, it's because he's saying, you know what, passionately, in this sense, I'm telling you the truth. I'll take it how you want it.
I'm speaking to you like a man because I'm speaking to you direct and concisely. But you guys have shown this on this panel, right? Not all of you, some of you, right? What I've said a bunch of times on this podcast. Women really have an issue with direct communication. They're more concerned with how things are said and tone and all this other bullshit. That's just not how men communicate. They just don't.
And rather than looking at this as a men's versus women's thing, we should look at the types of differences between men and women and how some of those might be beneficial for men to embrace as well. Caring about the tone and how you're saying things is an important element of communication. And so rather than looking at that as that's what the girls do and it's girls versus boys and they have cooties, you can instead say, hey, wait a minute. Being direct is definitely important, but you can be direct and also be aware of the tone in your voice and how you are communicating your ideas. Be direct, but also take note of the type of tone you're using. How is that not something that can be implemented? That's the type of mentality that we should be striving for. Not men versus women, but rather, why are some of these traits gendered? And maybe some of these traits would be beneficial for men rather than us just looking at women like they have cooties or something. But yeah, this is Fresh and Fit, and exactly why I had peace of mind before I rediscovered them again. Well, there you guys have it. Stale and Fat back at it again. They don't hate women. They just preach that women are naturally irrational, emotional. Ah, man. Okay.